So, hi, Mark. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I think we've known each other for, like 12 or 13 years now. Is that about right?
Yeah, it is about 12 or 13 years. Yeah.
Unlucky for some.
Lot of conversations on the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing. Who would have thought that how many years ago we would have been doing video calls like this? It's amazing.
It is
So,
mad.
so if we could just start, if you could just sort of introduce yourself. So if you just let me know, kind of let everybody know, sorry, what your name is, who you work for, and kind of what you do, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Right. My name's Mark Compton. I'm employed by Merton Vision in southwest London. My job role is I'm the IT teacher on a Monday, which is with Guide Connect, Apple products, and Android. Tuesdays, I'm their minibus driver, and Wednesdays, I'm a minibus driver. Thursdays and Fridays, I'm the external IT support. So if anyone has any issues with their computers at home, we have a home visiting program that we use, which is very, very popular. Mm-hmm. I also do a lot of training and demonstrations for enhanced vision, which is electronic magnifiers. So doing roughly on a good week, I can do 4 a day, which I have done in the past. So we've got a really good working relationship with enhanced vision, which is second to none. The service we get from enhanced vision and Giles is very, very good.
Hey, he'll be pleased to hear that.
Yeah, he is very good.
Excellent. And so obviously with regards to, you've seen a lot of different people and so on, and sort of it's all focused around IT. What's kind of the sort of most requested thing, or what's the thing that you get involved with the most with regards to sort of like assistive technology and the things that people ask you to help them with?
Majority of it is I can't get on the internet.
Makes sense.
That's the main. I can't get on the internet, and all I do is go out, reboot their router, their internet comes on. But while I'm there, because we got a saying in Merton, is if you got Mark at your house, use him while he's there, because I do that many that sometimes people have to wait 3 to 4 days. So they know when I'm there. Anything else, just ask. Get everything done in one hit.
Yeah, I'm with you. And I guess that must have, because how long have you been at Merton for? It's decades now, isn't it?
I've been with Merton Vision for 23 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I was only meant to be there for 6 months.
Right.
But they haven't. They haven't told me when the 6 months is up.
No, that's brilliant. And I guess it's kind of good timing. So that would have been sort of just before the kind of obviously the millennium and so on. And you must have seen the demand and increase in sort of internet activity. I mean, I assume it must have gone through the roof, because it was always seen as something that you wouldn't necessarily get that many silver surfers, and yet now I think there's very few people that aren't relying on the internet for something.
Yeah. When all the internet started coming out, which was the main thing for our users, a lot of them were, oh no, I can't use this. I can't use it. So we was lucky enough that we had a laptop, which I took around to people and showed them and try and persuade them. Then they came to our IT class, persuade them to come down for a couple of hours and show them the main thing with them is showing them how it works and knowing if they get stuck, there is someone at the end of the phone who can go out to them.
No, that's really good. I wish I had that sometimes with the internet at home. Dealing with internet service providers or trying to get IT companies is a nightmare. So in a way, I guess your service users are quite lucky to have somebody who's kind of technical that can help them and support them with things like this.
Yeah. And I was also been around when CCTVs have changed as well, from the old rainbow, great big CRT monitors to the
Yeah,
slim ones we have now. So I've seen
yeah,
a lot of change in the equipment, and
yeah.
it's getting better and better each year.
And do you find now that people nowadays, because obviously most people are connected and so on, there's quite an acceptance for sort of assistive technology where maybe even, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, there would have been more resistance to, say, starting to use, say, a portable magnifier or a CCTV. Do you think there's more of an increase in people, or has it just kind of stayed the same? Or
No, more people are going for the handheld magnifiers now than before. Whereas
yeah,
before, they'd come to our low vision clinic and they'd get a battery operated magnifier.
yeah,
Little,
yeah,
just a
just like
little,
an optical.
yeah. And they, half the time, they're, oh, it's too small.
That was the cat. Too small. Yeah. Sorry, she wants to get in on it.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
going over to the electronic ones has been my biggest push on everything that's on the market. That's the
yeah,
main thing I go for, because they're easy to use and they're portable.
yeah, yeah,
Just put
yeah.
them in a
And I
case.
guess it gives people more flexibility as well. If they're
Yeah,
used to, if yeah, like with an optical magnifier, you might only get, say, one magnification, whereas I suppose with electronic, you can obviously vary it. So if people's eyesight changes, then yeah, they can adjust the magnification and all that kind of stuff. No, that's great. And
yeah. A few do moan about the prices of them, but I
yeah,
do say to them that it's specialist equipment and it is what it is. If you, as soon as you buy one that you can adjust the magnification, you've got
yeah,
that for so many years longer than a handheld one. Because
yes,
as
yeah,
your sight deteriorates, you just zoom up the magnification.
yes,
A
yes,
lot of them now are zooming up more than they used to do.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And when
yeah.
they
So
first
that,
come out, they only went, the first one was 3 times, 9 times, and 12 times. If you was lucky, you'd find one with a 15 times. But now you can get them up to 30 times.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's the thing. Sort of technology moves on, and I recently had a conversation with sort of like a somebody else in the industry that's been in it for decades, kind of thing, and they were saying in the early days, when, you know, early 2000s, when digital cameras started to become popular, people were using those. So they would come into his clinic and show him a digital camera and say, oh, I've realized if I take a picture of a newspaper, I can zoom in. But obviously, you only had a very small screen, but people were kind of getting on with it. And I think that kind of technology kind of bleeds into this sort of stuff, because people understand now that you have a camera and a screen. And like you said, if you
Yeah.
can magnify so much, so that's good. I just want to check with you, because obviously, yeah, you see lots of different people. And I didn't actually know about this sort of driving, like moving people around. So you get to see loads of people and so on. How do they find out about Merton Vision? Like, where's the sort of, yeah, where's the point that people find out about this kind of stuff?
Right. With Merton Vision, we're lucky enough that we've got Eggclo in Moorfields, St George's in Tooting.
Okay, yeah,
She's actually employed by Merton Vision, but Moorfields give us a yearly grant for her salary. So she's actually under our guidelines and not Moorfields. So if someone goes into Moorfields, they have the eye test and they tell them you're losing your sight. Whereas if you go back 20 years, it was, oh, you're losing your sight, you've got to wait for social services to phone you, which could
yeah,
take up to 3 months. So up to that
yeah,
3 months back then, they're sitting there panicking, worrying, crying, which is
yeah.
where we've stepped in with Morpheus and said, like, we can run this program, but we need funding. We'll take over. And they said yes, and we've been doing it ever since. So as soon as
Wow.
someone gets registered, you're losing your sight, there's nothing more we can do. Within 20 minutes, they're with us, because
Yeah,
we're in the room right next door.
that's
And
excellent.
they have a chat with our Eggclo, and he's telling them that, yeah, you're losing your sight. Everything is going to be fine. We are here to help you. There is
Yeah,
help. We will help you on whatever you need. And it's just to make them feel at ease, knowing there is someone out there.
yeah, absolutely. And I think it's so important, because like you said, and we've said a few times on these chats that we're having, people, the emotional element to losing your sight is massive. It's huge. And that's the thing, the reassurance, because a lot of the time, at least in my experience, it can be a little bit of a postcode lottery as to the level of service that you get from your either local authority or hospital and so on, and everybody's kind of stretched. So yeah, it sounds like everybody should be moving down to Merton.
Well, we've actually had people move out of Merton, realise what service we give, and move back again because they can't get it anywhere else. Now, the other thing we do is every 6 months we send out our Living with Sight Loss in Merton leaflets to all the GP surgeries in Merton.
Okay.
Every single one of them. So if they've got a client, they're losing their sight, they have not registered yet, can we help? Then we just email them back and just visit our website. There's a self-referral form attached. Fill it out, send it off to us. We email them and say that we received the form, and we'll give them a ring and see what we can do.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's really good, because that's the thing. I know, that I think access to that kind of information through GP practice, again, is really important, because often sort of opticians and GPs, it's kind of first port of call for most people. So yeah, no, that's good. What would you say, what's kind of the biggest challenge that you face with regards to kind of assisting sort of newly registered people with a vision impairment? What's sort of like your biggest challenge, do you think?
The biggest challenge is getting their barrier down, because as soon as they get told, you're losing your sight, they put a barrier up. I don't want nothing, and they go into self-denial. That is the most difficult and stressful part of it, is getting them, once they realise I am losing my sight, but there is help, that barrier starts coming down. Then it opens them up to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's good. So I must admit, again, it's a common thing that we hear, and obviously there's the sort of the stages that people kind of go through, and that whole denial thing, we've gone through it ourselves with grandparents, and it can be a real challenge. So
it is a challenge, and we don't push them.
No.
When we talk to you when you're ready, we don't push them at all. That way you find, they're nice people, I'll give them a try, and it sort of helps them. Then their barriers come down sooner than if you keep badgering them. But once their barriers down, they come to say, I should have done this from the start. And we always difficult, and we just say, you're not difficult, you've got a lot to contend with. This is all part, it's the process.
Absolutely.
We call it the process. We don't say, no, it's this and that. We just say it's part of the process. And to us, wording it like that seems to make them feel at ease, knowing they're not the only one that's going through it, which they're not.
Yeah, absolutely.
We do tell them we do say to them, it's an everyday thing. We see it every day. We're used to it. So they are not the only ones.
All right. That's what would you say? What's kind of the sort of best part of your job? Like what? So you've been there for 23 years. Why? What's in it for you, kind of thing? What's the bit other than the 6-figure salary that I'm sure you get paid?
6-figure salary, I'd be happy if it was 4. I don't know. It's you walk into the place and there's a friendly atmosphere. All the staff get on so well with each other. The clients are absolute good as gold. It's the clients that make it for me. When you help them and you see them, see the looks in their faces, if they see a new gadget and it works for them, just the look in their faces. That you've cracked it. And it makes them feel really, really good, and it makes you feel good.
Well, that's the thing, and I suppose there's not that many kind of jobs really that offer that level. I mean, it's been said before, but the level of satisfaction that you get from helping somebody to be able to see, to read or write or do their hobbies or do whatever it is that they want to do, kind of thing. It really, I suppose it all comes back down to sort of independence. People have had their independence for so long, and then when people start to lose their sight, it's a massive blow. And quite often, I'm sure you find it, where people stop either reading or writing or doing the hobbies. And if you can introduce them to things, even just sort of lighting or anything that's going to make the difference, all of a sudden it opens their world up. There's not many people that I know that get that kind of satisfaction from their jobs.
No, it can be hard at times, but then and stressful, especially when you're dealing with the elderly.
Yes,
it can be really, really hard, and it can affect you some days.
Yeah.
But you just put it down to a part of the job. You perk yourself up, pick them back up, and carry on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the end of it, they always turn around and say thank you.
Yes,
You've made a difference. Thank you, which is what we aim for, to make a difference.
And I think it's one of the things, again, sort of having been in the industry for so long, you sort of, I think one of the nice things, because it's mostly seniors and elderly that you're dealing with, they're such good people, and it's sort of they're a lot more polite, shall we say, than maybe people half their age.
Well, we deal with from birth upwards.
Yeah. Okay.
So we deal with children as well, and teenagers.
Okay.
But even now with the teenagers, they haven't got the teenager attitude.
Yes,
they know you're there to help them.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So if they do have the teenage attitude, then I'll just tell them as it is. Do you want help or not? If you want help, if you want help, you drop the attitude.
Yeah.
And it's all all right then.
I may as well ask, whereabouts, so with regards to you sort of driving the sort of clients around and so on, whereabouts are you typically taking them sort of from and to? Is it kind of hospital runs, or from the home to the centre, or what sort of driving are you doing?
We've got a 14-seater minibus, which is owned by us. We've had it from new in 2004, so we had it.
Okay.
We had it specially converted for us, for our needs.
Excellent. Yeah.
So we hold coffee morning on a Tuesday. We have art class on Wednesdays, keep fit on a Wednesday, big lunch club on a Thursday, Tai Chi on a Thursday.
Oh, nice.
Fridays, we're starting ballet classes.
Oh, wow.
When we're allowed back in the centre.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
Wow.
Yeah, we've actually got quite a few people who've put down for the ballet, which I was quite surprised.
And I assume you're the coach. You're the person that's going to be doing the teaching.
Yeah. I've got me dress and me pink stockings.
Brilliant.
So yeah, we pick them up from home, and if they're regulars, then they're on my regular list. They phone up if they can't make it in. If people want to come in for a special thing, we pick them up from home, take them to the centre, wait for them to finish, take them back home, and we always make sure they get in the house with the door locked before we leave.
Excellent. Yeah.
Not like other people I've seen where they've just dropped them off at the front door and walked off and left them on the doorstep. Can't do that nowadays. The way it is.
Yeah, this is it.
So we just hang around till they're actually in the door and the door's closed.
Brilliant.
Then we carry on.
Excellent.
But if they need to be dropped off at the doctors on their way home, we do that as well. We don't do, we'll take you home, but then you've got to get from your house to the doctors. If we're passing, we're trying to accommodate them as much as we can.
Brilliant. Oh, no, that's good. Well, it sounds like you must be doing something right, and you're enjoying yourself. So 23 years, yeah. It's a good portion of your life, I'm sure. So no, that's good.
It is, yeah. And another 15 years and I can retire.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah, that soon go.
You past the halfway mark. That's ace. Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate your time. And hopefully when this is all over, I'll get to come down and hang out, grab a coffee, take me for a spin in your minibus.
No, you're welcome to come down anytime you want. We have an open door policy for all our suppliers. So all you do is just give me a ring, make sure I'm around, because I'm in and out a lot. But the door is always open for everyone.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's easy to see sort of from talking to you now, and obviously the communication that we've had over the years, why they've kept you. You're a very nice, personable person, so keep it
on
up.
on
So,
on a good day, yeah.
I must always catch you on a good day. Excellent, brilliant. Right, I won't take any more of your time, but thank you very much. Apologies for the cat jumping into that. Yeah,
That's
she
all
was
right.
asleep. She was asleep for a while. I thought that was it, but no, she
No.
wants in. Brilliant. Right, I shall speak to you soon.
Lovely. Cheers, Mark.
Take care. Cheers, man. Bye.
Bye. Bye.